Closed captioning for great tastes is presented by Manitoba Turkey Producers. Try something different. Try it with turkey. Manitoba Liquor Mart presents Great Tastes of Manitoba. Great Tastes is brought to you by GreatTastesMB.ca. Local farms, local foods. Great Taste is sponsored by Manitoba Agriculture.
Welcome to Great Tastes of Manitoba. So glad you're here. My name is Des Daniels, and we are going gourmet, but simple gourmet with Manitoba Turkey Producers. We have Chef Jason Wartzman, who's here. He's going to give us a couple of great recipes to try. And of course, Aaron Alblas, Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. We'll get back to you in a second. I'm wondering, Chef, if you could kind of quickly run through what we're going to be creating tonight.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to start with some turkey drumsticks, and they're going to be glazed with caramelized onion and apple. And then we're going to move on to a boneless slow cooker turkey roast, and we're going to finish it with a roasted red pepper sauce. And then after that, we're going to do a whole turkey with a Cajun rub. A
turkey rub. I've actually never heard of that before, so I'm super excited to get into that. What do you think, Aaron? You got some things to play with there.
Sounds like there's some great flavors. It gives me a lot to choose from, but I'll be back in a little while with some delicious pairings.
And we will be waiting for you. All right, so off we go. Our first recipe, apple caramelized onion glazed turkey drumsticks. That's a mouthful. Yep. I got very excited when I heard caramelized. I think people love anything caramelized. So let's start with why, so this particular cut we would use drumsticks. Could we use other parts of the turkey as well?
You could as well. You could use thigh as well. The drumstick is the most flavorful part.
Okay. They're huge, by the way.
Yeah.
Like you could hit a home run with one of these things. Like they're massively huge. But you're saying that this is about average for turkey drumsticks.
Yeah, it is about average. And yeah, they get bigger than this.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
For sure.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Another nice thing is they're very inexpensive.
Are they?
So to make a kind of a simple gourmet meal, kind of like a lamb shank, that kind of idea, to do a recipe like this with it. So.
And one other thing I wanted to ask you about, often I will wash like chicken, turkey. We don't need to do that though.
No, when you buy something fresh in a tray, there's no need to wash it at all.
Good to go.
It's good to go.
Okay, so let's maybe start. Do we want to start talking about the sauce a little bit, or where do you want to go from here?
Yeah, well, I've just what I've done here is I've just put a little bit of salt and pepper on these drumsticks.
Okay.
And I've just browning them in a little bit of olive oil.
Are you getting burned horribly
no,
here? Are you
no,
okay?
I'm okay. Yeah. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to transfer them into a baking sheet. I just want to get a little bit of color on them.
Okay.
And then we're going to put them in the oven and let them brown a bit. And then we're going to make the sauce right in the same frying pan.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
and that way we have all the flavor of the drumsticks in there.
Okay.
And so I'm just going to pop this into the oven.
All right. Now I see we've got some, some apples here. Of course, onions, peak of the market, green onions, and the regular white onions. And so, is there a certain order that we do this in?
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with the onion and the apple. And you could add olive oil if there isn't much left after your browning, but
there seems to be
enough
fair
here,
bit there.
Yeah, so I'm not going to bother with that. So then, yeah, we just want to really caramelize these. I'm going to speed this up a bit just so we can show all the steps.
For sure.
Because we're not going to have really enough time to caramelize this the way it should be caramelized.
But essentially at the end it should be kind of sticky, kind of gooey, that kind of texture.
Get lots of nice color, and I'm going to turn it up a bit right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Stand back.
So then what we're going to do after, we're going to deglaze. You want to deglaze the pan with a bit of rum.
Okay, so explain, what is deglazing? What is that exactly?
Well, as you brown, you start with the drumsticks, brown them, then you brown the onion. All that caramelized particles are on the frying pan. Okay. And when you deglaze it with something like wine or a spirit or even some stock, then you get all that flavor back into your sauce.
So you're incorporating all of that, what was already there. Okay, awesome. So you just dump the whole bottle in? Is that...
No, we're going to put just a couple of ounces here.
This?
Yeah. And you got to be careful because if the flame does catch the rum, it could flambe, which is okay.
Is it?
As long as everyone's clear.
As long as you're not too attached to your eyebrows, it's fine? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then, just get some of the color off of there, and then we add some stock into there.
And that's turkey
stock?
About
a 1.5 cups of homemade turkey stock.
Okay.
There, but you can use like a low sodium chicken stock that you buy off the shelf.
Or even a
as
veggie
well.
stock, I
That'll
guess.
work just fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then to thicken our sauce, a little bit of cornstarch
Okay.
mixed with some water. And
So I'll ask a dumb question, because sometimes you use flour as a thickener. Does that make any difference at all, or is it just a preference?
It does. I mean, you can get a richer sauce with butter and flour, but in this case, we're gluten-free and it's really simple as well.
Right.
So
Simple gourmet.
yeah, and it's quick. So as soon as you put the cornstarch and water in, as soon as it starts to boil, it starts to thicken. And then normally we would let this reduce a bit and just get some color on it.
Okay.
And then we have our green onion that we're going to add in as well.
So about how long does this take? Like, and we're going to hasten the process here because just strictly because of time, but about how long sort of in real life would this take to kind of get to where we want it to be?
Well, your drumsticks are going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to cook in the oven.
Okay.
And this sauce will just take about 15 minutes. What you're really looking for is to get it thick a bit. So if it starts to coat this, when it starts to coat the spoon, you'll know that it's ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. So in the meantime, though, just to show you all the steps, we're going to take. We would take the drumsticks out of the oven.
Here they come.
Yep. And then we place them in our roasting pan.
Perfect. Okay. And then I bet what happens is you put the sauce right on top of it.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, of course, these are not cooked all the way through, but to give you just an
But
idea.
they are going back in the oven as well.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So there we go. Simple gourmet with caramelized turkey drumsticks. How many superstars can we cram on this show? I don't know. We've got Chef Jason Wartzman here, but we've also got an award-winning product. You will not want to miss this, and where you can find it right here in Manitoba when we come back on Great Taste of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by Manitoba Agriculture.